It's been all in all an exciting ride for fanatics of Kevin Hart of late, hasn't it? Since reports appear to be whirling around him, constant making it extreme to get a break, and presently it appears as though there's one more stunner going to drop, and this opportunity is evidently coming directly from the unbelievable Eddie Murphy himself. It's not only some irregular busybody blending the pot, and it has individuals talking, addressing, and perhaps somewhat stressed now before you brush this note. Tea entirely okay as simply one more ridiculous talk. How about we consider the reality? Sure, Kevin and Eddie have had their portion of brotherhood in any event, teaming up on projects together, yet we know that with regards to getting down on somebody for their alleged jokes, Eddie Murphy gets straight to the point. He's known for expressing his genuine thoughts, paying little heed to history or fellowships. So how precisely has Kevin purportedly unsettled Eddie's otherwise calm disposition to the place where he's prepared to freshen up Kevin's clothing? We should make a plunge. Presently, Kevin's no more bizarre to all the succulent tattle and prattle. I mean, individuals have been tossing conceal at him left and right, addressing how he moved up in distinction, murmuring regarding him cozying up to the big cheeses just to excel, and in any event, recommending he's not precisely steadfast in that frame of mind, in spite of Kevin investing the energy to level up his picture after some time, and denying that his large number of delicious goodies. The gossip factory continues to stir. How about we start things off with the entire claimed duping adventure? There was this meeting with Tasha K, where Kevin's previous collaborator chose to spill some serious tea. We're talking conning charges, betting propensities, and a ton of others. Show the colleague purportedly spilled that Kevin has been betraying his flow spouse Hart, and he's purportedly engaged with an airline steward named Scratch Moore. The associate even guaranteed that Anaka was probably pregnant with their second kid while Kevin was leaving all around the counter at the Heartbeat. And clearly he's doing the entire shower along the edge piece's place, and afterward, head home routine. Tasha K didn't ease up and directly up got some information about a potential betting issue. Turns out Kevin's down as poker, and supposedly he went on a betting binge that was so extraordinary they needed to slice half checks to the group. I told like Kevin as you with a young lady named Blend Norgan. She's his flight participation. She's on his PLS. Does Kevin have a betting issue or something? His game is poker, so just after that stunning meeting, Kevin was not having any of it. He went full-on claim mode. He recorded a claim against Tasha K, asserting she attempted to just barely get him for cash by taking steps to spill the tea from the meeting with his ex-partner Misha Shakes. And the claim even got down on the aide for evidently throwing out certain misrepresentations. The thing is, Tasha K obviously told Kevin, hello, pay me $20,000, and I won't drop this harming interview bomb about you. And that harming interview is the one we just saw. Currently, Kevin's legitimate crew found out about this and said Tasha was fundamentally attempting to strong-arm him into settling up, and when the cash didn't come through, she was good to go to release the whole meeting. Kevin's legal counselor is declaring war, saying Tasha has proactively dunked her toes into crime Mino lead and unbearable demonstrations. They're cautioning her that on the off chance that she doesn't stop, not exclusively will the harms, Kevin can look for increment. Yet she could likewise be taking a gander at a few serious criminal punishments. Yet Tasha K isn't precisely an alien to claims, and Kevin prosecuting her isn't dissuading her. She's still determined to uncover Kevin's mysteries. Now, the tales doesn't stop there. We've likewise heard how Kevin had been faithless to his ex-T Hart with his momentum wife, Hart T, and Kevin Hart threw in the towel back in 2011 following 8 years of marriage, was the person who dropped the separation bomb, discovering Kevin in the act in the demonstration of cheating with various ladies. And it wasn't a one-time slip. Rumors from far and wide suggest that Kevin's ebb and flow wife could have been one of those courtesans when he was as yet hitched to T. In a profound described T let the cat out of the bag about her fantasies about being an Fluence couple with Kevin broke by the cruel truth of separation. She conceded, feeling furious on the grounds that she doesn't put stock in separate, as well as on the grounds that she needed to see Kevin wherever, from boards to Hollywood occasions, that me and Kevin planned to have that in my brain. We should be the influence couple. I resented that enough. Then I felt like a disappointment that I need to see him everyone now. Here's the genuine kicker. T wasn't wife, she was likewise investing effort in The background composing jokes for Kevin's motion pictures and stand-up shows, the screwed-up part Kevin never gave her credit for her comedic virtuoso, and to make an already difficult situation even worse, he supposedly spent the cash he produced using those jokes on his paramours even after Kevin betrayed T. He had the boldness to tell wisecracks about it during his stand-up shows, envision being the individual who remained by him when he had nothing added to his prosperity, and afterward getting played. Ye in front of an audience will destroy your life lying. We ruin lion, ruin my marriage, valid darling lion. Ruin my marriage, yet it appears may be deteriorating for Kevin on the grounds that conservative is stirring things up around town on visit with Feline Williams. Kevin and Feline essentially can't stand each other, so the way that conservative Hart, Kevin's ex, is hitching her cart to Feline Williams for a visit has got individuals causing a commotion and thinking about what's the arrangement. Tori let the cat out of the bag on Instagram, sharing a pic of her and her old buddy Feline Williams, and she's joining any visit as well as Feline's continuous dull matter visit currently. Here's where it gets fiery. The post likewise incorporated a scrap from that viral Club Shay interview where Feline bet everything going after Kevin and a lot of others. Then, in a new meeting, when Kevin was gotten some information about stirring things up around town with Feline, he attempted to convey a developed reaction. Yet you could basically see the disturbance emanating off him. You realize your ex is going on visit with Feline expectation. The visit is incredible now. In the event that you now have nothing to do with speed in general, Kevin Hart and Feline Williams hamburger. Been a thrill ride of frightful remarks and public disagreements. You could review that the hamburger follows back to the 2008 movie Boneheads. Gold Williams was at first set to start to lead the pack, yet his legitimate issues at the time constrained him to a lapse on the gig, which included recording Down Under in Australia. Enter Kevin Hart, who dipped in and catch the role. Rather, as per the grapevine, that is where the flashes of strain among Williams and Hart previously lighted, and Kevin was one of those. Feline hauled to rottenness on the Club Shay digital broadcast. Feline straight up called Kevin an industry plant. He brought up how rapidly Kevin rose to popularity, scoring a sitcom and featured Soul Plane, all inside his most memorable year in law. As per Feline, this causes a commotion and causes Kevin's initial history to appear to be a piece like a secret. He previously had his arrangements when he arrived. Have we known about a comic that came to LA, and in his most memorable year in La, he had his own sitcom on network TV and had his own film called Soul Plane that he was driving. No, we've never known about that before. That individual, or since that individual, he kept expressing out loud. But whatever do you think a plant is? Perhaps individuals don't comprehend the meaning of these words. Have we known about a comic that came to LA and in his most memorable year in law he had his own sitcom on network TV and had his own film called Soul Plane that he driving? Do you think a plant is? Feline voiced his stresses over letting people who probably won't be directly up on his twist their own stories with practically no checks. He discussed how wrecked it is that the liars out there got every one of the products and assets, leaving most of us playing catch-up, and he isn't getting involved with the possibility that having that large number of assets implies you're naturally talking reality. As per Feline, it's a genuine concern allowing these obscure characters to go crazy with their own stories, particularly while they're perched on a pile of assets, yet computer-aided design isn't oblivious to the way that standing up could land him in steaming hot water. He realizes people could consider him to be simply one more harsh, desirous humorist. Despite his good faith when inquired as to whether he dreaded any backfire, Williams answered, Satan can't make whatever incorporates gifts for his kin. That is the reason you understand what the main occupation of someone that sold their spirit in Hollywood is to carry on like as it didn't occur. The entire Kevin Hart is an industry plant hypothesis returns to a Hollywood talk that has been circling for a really long time. There's this discussion that performers are somewhat coerced into wearing a dress on screen, practically like a rite of section, before they can step up in the acclaim game, and not Feline. Williams been discussing this. Even Dave Chappelle has addressed it in 2006 during an appearance on Oprah. Dave spilled the tea about why he turned down an astounding $50 million arrangement from Funny TV. He wasn't in that frame of mind for the cash in light of the fact that as he made sense of boatloads of money, frequently accompany a few area strings connected. Dave being in the showbiz game since he was 14, had seen and heard anecdotes about what occurs in the background. He brought up models like Maria Kay. Why handling a $100 million arrangement just to wind up strangely marked as insane a couple of months after the fact, or Martin Lawrence becoming famous and afterward unexpectedly waving a firearm on the roads, shouting about somebody attempting to those accounts had Dave wary when Oprah got some information about hearing these accounts. Nuts. Dave laid it out he'd witnessed it previously, and it generally went down when an individual's vocation was near the very edge of coming to a higher level. As per Dave, he was compelled to make portrays that made individuals chuckle at him. Not with him, it seemed like they were requesting that he put himself on impact for a check and stand by. There's something else to this adventure. Dave Chappelle even was approached to wear a dress for a film he did with Martin Lake.